I will help Andre to be the secretary.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Kak Cynthia. Okay, so yeah, good morning, everyone. So welcome to HR Scrum. We have this Scrum is once a week on Friday at 9 a.m. WIB. And yeah, let's start. So let's start from the campaigns first. This is inquiry optimization campaign. So as already we already attached the newest update. So for the A1 last inquiry conversion rate was 10.58%, and then the last conversion rate is 55%, and the number of inquiry training session is eight times, and then the newest inquiry conversion rate is 13.92%, and newest request conversion rate is 23%. So as we already attached the details on the activities on the comment section. So basically on Airbnb itself, the number of inquiry conversion rate on the first photo that we attach is the total from all the platform that we use for inquiry. It's Airbnb and Facebook and also Instagram. But if we see that only for Airbnb itself, it's kind of like drop a little bit down because we receive so many inquiry on Jogja profiles, but we have no supply.
Oh, do you need a new lead generator in Jogja?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because long weekend. I think a lot of people are coming for vacation in Jogja, and we have no more supply
Understood.
already occupied. And then also for the others like Facebook, it's actually 9.85%, and Instagram is 23.5%. And yeah, request to book drop because a lot of requests in Bejo Homestay, which is in Jogja as well, aren't converted due to the connection on Kokit. So basically, all the all the properties in Jogja is occupied, fully booked, but the inquiries keep coming because the connection on Kokit is kind of like error. But I believe Andre already taking care of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it from this campaign. Is there any feedback or questions? Okay, no? Okay then. Okay, let's go to the other, to the next campaign. This is loyalty program. Please, Kak Cynthia.
Okay, thank you, Nadine. So for the loyalty campaign, we could see that the last conversion rate was 35%, and then the goodbye message sent is 73%. The gift reach rate is only 12%. Right now, Maria is joining on this campaign to help me reaching the guests and also send the goodbye message. And then I think I will add Maria here as a member as well. Yes, that's pretty much for the newest conversion rate is dropped to 31.5%, but I believe there is still time, the 2 weeks for the review. So I kind of like remind everyone here on HAR, please kind of like leave the review as well for the guests, because if you don't leave the guests a review, then the review for the guest won't be shown. So yes, that's pretty much it for the Airbnb especially. And then no update for the Facebook and also for the Instagram. That's that with Nadine. Thank you.
Okay then. Maybe Kak Cynthia, I would like to ask for this one. Like, it's kind of like dropping a little bit, right? Do you have like what is that? Yeah, short hypothesis why this drop?
Okay, I think I have already stated. First of all, this is about the time range for the guests. So the guests maybe not will not leave the review directly after they are checking out. And the second one is when the HR team didn't leave the review, for the guest, but whereas the guest already left review, the review won't be shown. Then for the next, I think yeah, for the private things, already will do the things for the private thing. That's from me.
Okay, maybe one more question, Kak Cynthia. So the limitation of the time for the guest to leave us review is 2 weeks, right? Uh, how many reminders in these 2 weeks that we remind the guests about to leave review? How many reminders that we need to
No,
leave?
that's it for now. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, actually, we can't predict how many reminders that we will leave because we will every week it will be different. If the guests already leave, so we won't give them leave. But actually, usually we do twice for reapproaching.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe you can take it as a consideration. How many reminders should we give? Maybe like minimum time and maximum time for within 2 weeks, probably. It's just a suggestion, Kak Cynthia. Okay. Any other suggestion or questions? Oops. Okay. Okay, then let's move to the next campaign. This is guest engagement campaign. So this is actually the campaign manager is Andre, but since Andre is in online class right now, so I will give the update. So the last communication rate was 4.82 stars, and then the last check-in rate is 4.92 stars, and guest morning message is 111, and then asking their trip ahead and extend is
No,
0. Okay. And then newest communication rate is 5 stars. Wow. And newest check-in rate is 4.93 stars. Okay, so basically this is good job everyone. Keep doing that. Keep the rate stable and yeah. Okay then. Any feedback? Any suggestion? Any questions?
Sure. Nadine, I think
Okay.
who's in charge of
Because
B2?
Andre. Yes, ma'am.
mute. Oh yes, sir. I just said, but I think it's mute. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, yeah. Yeah, actually, the B2 level will be my resource
Okay.
first in.
Okay. Just make sure just that we do some of that. Yeah, because sometimes we get extensions that
Yeah,
way.
for this campaign, but I will yes, later. Yeah, I will discuss it. Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Dista.
I believe this is also your
You
research
yes,
plan in the
yes.
first time, yeah.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the last campaign also Andre, the campaign manager. Okay, so the last bad review rate is 0%, and last guest bad experience 7%, and bad review reported on CSM 0%, bad experience reported on CSM 100%, and then newest bad 0%. It's good and get minimized as possible. And yeah, any feedback, any question for this one? Okay, no. Okay, then I will move. Yeah. So basically there's one other campaign, but still pending ya, Kak Cynthia. Okay, then let's move to the pivots. Okay, I think there is no update on Andre Stack. We can move. And then, okay, so this is from mine for inquiry classification using automate system initiative. So basically, I would like to raise some discussion with HAR. So like I already write down on the activities. Creating automation of inquiry analysis and classification will give us all database about inquiries, also the answers. And database can be useful for, firstly, that we already know inquiry learning source. So the database can be our source to learning, maybe in inquiry workshop and onboarding program and everything. But is there any other idea to create something from the data that will be collected? So what I think is we will be given like all the data about inquiries from product development later, and what's what what the possibilities to create something from that. Yes, sir.
I have an idea already, actually, how you can use that data. So you can create actually a new funnel again from this particular set. So that would actually, I'll explain later in the HAR discussion. Whoever secretary, could we write essentially, we can use data to create a new funnel and a new approach to actually integrate everything you're doing now, Nadine. All right, integrate your workshops with the inquiries, with the classification, with the data. So I'd like to discuss that with you guys today.
Okay, great, sir. Okay then. Okay, that's basically the what I want to bring up to discussion. It will be discussed later. Okay, then move to, because I have no update for the others. Let's move to Kak Cynthia. Do you have any update for your initiatives card?
No, so far there's no update from me.
Okay, then move to Kak Dista. Okay, this is HR materials competency. I believe you're update.
Yes, okay. Actually, for the material computer certification HR, we are staying and so on until direct interest. But for the case study, actually now I'm still handling one of case study that I just got from yesterday. But I'm still working on it and will be updated in here if I already done for the case. And then for the financial, actually I haven't got any apa ya problem from the country, so I haven't tried that thing. So yeah, let's just find out how was it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Kadista, you can please let us know
Mhm.
all in HR if you need help, because
Yep.
you need to finish it like in one more day. Tomorrow
Yes.
is the deadline, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Got
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
You.
And then move to Maria. Hello, Maria. Is there any friction on this one?
I think no. Since sorry because your share screen is like stuck in the first screen, so I cannot see your share screen. But
Oh,
yeah, I don't have any friction about that.
oh, this is actually you should move yourself because I'm not sharing my screen, just sharing the Trello boards.
Ah, I see. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I believe. Oh, your due date is still on 9 November. Okay, it's okay. Maria, keep going. If you have any friction, just let us know. We will help to complete your materials competency. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Maria. Okay, then I think that's all from the cards. Is there any other discussions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, quickly, this is also another topic for the secretary to put on the discussion, which is how are we delegating SLAs to Maria and to Dista?
Okay. 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 Mrs. Secretary, could you please help me to share your screen to the paper? Okay then. Sir, actually, okay, we can start from your latest discussion first on the, what is that? How to delegate SLA to the new member.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. So let me actually start with the other one first, because from projects, I think we can actually find some.
Oh, okay.
So I'll share that one with you, Nadine, about essentially what's the process of inquiry classification and analysis, and what we can use the database for. I think that's a really good question, right? So I'll go ahead and start writing in the discussion, and you guys can, and I'll talk at the same time. So Nadine, I think you actually have a pretty interesting form. You have all the pieces together, and now it's a matter of, I think, creating, like, you can create your own campaign now to actually fix the inquiry classification, and this will actually kind of help you progressively get better at this. Okay, so what is a campaign? Um, a campaign is essentially a continuous program that processes a certain type of input and produces a certain type of output through different layers and stages. Okay, so let's say the input of your campaign right now is inquiry, right? And the output should be some sort of converted inquiry. Okay, so then essentially, as a campaign manager, what you're doing is you're deciding what are going to be the steps in between that happens between the input and the output. Okay, and I know a lot of you think of things as, okay, one inquiry, one converted inquiry, one inquiry, one converted inquiry, right? But when you're thinking at campaign level, it's not really like that. It could be one inquiry, fail, learn, next inquiry, succeed, conversion, right? So you don't necessarily need to think of it as like, I convert every inquiry I get, but what can I learn so that I can convert the next inquiry better each time? So the takeaway might not be at the current inquiry, the takeaway might be taken to apply to the next inquiry. That part is a shift in mindset I need you guys to also get more comfortable with, right? So it's not that you're trying to convert the inquiry you get today. You might be actually doing something so that you can convert the inquiry that you'll get tomorrow, but today you will be doing learning, or you'll be doing part of the process to help you convert the inquiry tomorrow. Okay, so that part is important to remember in a campaign. Why? A campaign is fluid. Remember, everything comes in every day. It never stops. It's an infinite game. So when we're looking at an infinite game, what's important is to think about what is the infinite process that you need in order to play the infinite game correctly. If you're not aware what an infinite game is, read Simon Sinek's new book about infinite games. It's really, really inspirational. I read it recently and I thought it was great. Okay, so then this is where it goes. It doesn't actually go at the end, it goes in the middle. Then what you need to start asking yourself, if you think that way, is what's the first stage? What's the second stage? What's the third stage, right? Maybe there's more stages, maybe there's less, right? It really depends. But the way that I would see it is, okay, the first stage of being able to campaign as a campaign of inquiry is you need classification. And this is where your database helps, right? This is kind of like where you go to your database and you understand what kind of inquiries are coming in. This is what you're doing right now, Nadine, with the pie chart, okay? So you need to have a classification. The easiest classification can be, as we discussed in BI, things that are fully optimized, not fully optimized, or could be optimized, could be better optimized, and can't be optimized. Okay? So that's one way of classification. Then that allows you to understand what's going on, okay? So whenever you get a new inquiry, you can start breaking it down like this, right? Whenever you get a new inquiry, these inquiries are in the fully optimized stage. These inquiries could be better optimized. These inquiries can't be optimized. And as you do right now in your current funnels, just keep count, right? I get 100 inquiries. 50 of them have been fully optimized. We already know what to do. I don't know, 20 of them could use better optimization, 30 of them are spam. So then that breaks it down every single time, okay? Stage two is essentially your sort of training, your improvement, I would guess, right? How do you what do you do about better optimization? Now, Stage 2 is actually your optimization process. Okay. So your optimization process right now is, I guess it's training, right? So Nadine is holding training sessions, and these training sessions are good. You could also have best practices, right? Best practices, such as maybe asking guests to extend, or maybe asking guest travel plans, whatever, right? Some sort of way of keeping track of all your best practices and start keeping track and count of that, okay? And actually, that's it. It's really just two-stage process. There's no third stage. Okay, so this will look like this, right? When it's fully optimized, you will start. You bring in all the inquiries. You start classifying them. The fully optimized ones you don't need to worry about anymore. These are ones that are converting very well. These are perfect already. Okay. The can't be optimized ones you don't worry about either, because those are just spam or they're misleading. There's nothing to do about those. The ones that you focus on are the ones that could be optimized better. Then these ones actually, that could be optimized ones better, you start creating training scenarios, right? Okay, so you kind of classify again, right? How many different types of scenarios are there that you could optimize better? Maybe this is a scenario of missing information. Maybe this is a scenario of asking for travel plans. So you classify again, what are your optimization techniques? Okay? Or really, actually, sorry, what are your best practices that match with each scenario? Okay. So from this stage, you're producing the number of scenarios. And then at this stage, oops, you're addressing what is the best practice for this scenario. Let's say you look at your inquiries that could be optimized. You're like, oh, okay, this one is not optimized because we didn't ask the guests, we didn't provide the guests information about pet friendliness. So then we're going to apply this best practice to optimize the listing, right? And count how many times you do that. Let's say another one could be we didn't negotiate when the guest said they didn't like our first option. So then, once again, you could say, all right, the best practice is this. What you start doing is like what you have already, Nadine, in one of your, I forgot, the one that Dista said that she wasn't doing, right? You start counting how many times you're applying your new best practice, okay? And you do this long enough, and what should happen is you just keep track of your number of times you're using a best practice, the number of scenarios that you've discovered, and then eventually what you will have is you will have fully optimized conversion. Because what's happening is that you are getting more and more fully optimized inquiries because you're figuring out how to optimize each type of inquiry that could be better optimized, right? So you're essentially moving things from could be better optimized to more fully optimized, right? And then you're doing it by understanding what is the classification of the inquiry that you're not converting, and then you're assigning a best practice to it. And then you're computing, you're calculating how many times that best practice is happening until it becomes like a habit. Okay, once you have that, then your conversion rate should always be going up. You're essentially moving your optimization now from could be optimized better to fully optimized through a process of classification. Okay? I know that's a lot probably to get in one sitting, but that would be essentially the systematic way to delve into it. Let's say right now you understand maybe altogether there's 50 different scenarios that can happen in a guest inquiry. You have fully optimized 10 of them. Fast response rate, using your name, starting with a question maybe, these type of things you fully optimized already. But there's still 45 scenarios that you have not discovered and that you have not optimized for. So what you're using the data for is you're using the data to discover how many more scenarios do I not know about, right? And how to classify them. Once you classify them, then what is the solution? What is your best practice to solve each scenario? Once you have that, then that goes into the fully optimized stack. And you could say now you have 6 scenarios that you are fully optimized and only 44 that potentially could be better optimized. Maybe you keep on doing this and you discover, whoa, it wasn't 44. There's actually 10 more scenarios that I didn't discover before. So then that part, that's why it's always a process, right? You're always going to discover more scenarios. You're always going to invent new best practices to deal with these scenarios, and so on and so forth. Now, this then goes to your content when you do training. When you do training in your content, you can break your content up. You record all the content that you have already fully explained, and you ask new people to watch that, because that's then the fully optimized side. So your training that you do every week should only be focused on the new scenarios and what your new best practices are. So essentially you're building now. You're building essentially through video recording all the scenarios that you know that have already worked. You recorded a video for it. And you ask new people just to watch that, and so they understand. Will be as if they participate in the meeting. And then your meetings then just go and slowly tick off every single scenario that has not had a best practice with it. Okay? And that would be how you eventually reach a perfect inquiry conversion stage where there is no more we can do. We can honestly say that we've done everything, we've done our best. Okay? So that is the approach. I'll guide you through that approach because it's a lot of different parts and stages, but you need to come to me to ask for guidance, okay? But that would then essentially integrate your data to your training, and then you would be able to see achievement in the number of cases that you have fully optimized. And that would be one of your KPIs, in fact. What are the number of cases that are fully optimized? What are the cases that to do? And what are the cases you're working on through training? Okay.
Okay then. Okay, sir. Thank you. Maybe I will set up the meeting with you to arrange this campaign, yeah, sir. Okay. Is there any question maybe from Kak Cynthia, Kak Dista? Okay. All good? Okay then. Yes, this is actually I think this campaign will have like a very clear funnel if it can be happened. Yes, we'll see. Yeah, let's prepare for this one. Okay, maybe you can continue, sir, for the next discussion topic.
Okay, thank you very much, Nadia. So the next discussion topic is this. I'm happy to see that Dista and Maria have actually pivots, but I could be asking, what exactly are they in charge of right now, right? Because I don't see their names on any SLA, so I would have to just guess, and guessing isn't that great. So are they in a parallel delegation? Are they in a sequential delegation? What are Maria and Dista doing?
Okay, sir. So basically, we haven't delegated the SLA to them yet, but we already delegate the activities on the funnel actually. So they're actually doing like as a funnel manager, not like campaign manager or SLA manager, but on the funnel manager. So.
Okay, very good. Well, the funnel is an SLA, right? So if they're in charge of, let's say, conversion or whatever, we need to know a little bit more clearly what stage of the funnel they're working on at the moment, right? And how that's going to impact. The reason why this is so important, Nadine, Cynthia, Andre, if he was here, is that you need to keep your team focused and prioritized. If they don't know exactly what they should be doing, then they don't know how to prioritize their time. And if they don't know how to prioritize their time, then you go into discussions that are not very productive. Like, oh, I'm spending all my time doing this, and doing all my time doing that. I know, yeah. but this is for Andre. Make sure Andre watches this later. Yeah. So this I think is really really important that we have them on the board so that at least let's say if they're in a parallel delegation, we know okay maybe they're working on ESLA 6 or ESLA 5 or whatever it is. We should have their name there, and then that goes to time management. If they know what they're supposed to prioritize, then they know where they need to spend their time. And that then creates a more efficient performance. So then when, let's say, Andre or Nadine or Shinti ask me, we need a new person on this, I'll go, I don't see why, right? Because I don't see how this person is being okay, so sorry, the internet cut out for a second there. This is also useful for me and for HR. When a chapter requests for new people or extra whatever, if we don't see where the time budgets are going, then it's hard for us to understand why do you need a new person, right? What's their priority? So one thing at a time. First, delegate them to an SLA so that some part is shown. Then they should then plan their time calendar according to the SLA. And then third, we understand how well you're utilizing your resources in the chapter. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, noted. I think we will discuss this as
Yes,
well with
please.
Andre later.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And the other reason is we got two finance guys here. I think Nofel and David, you guys have finance backgrounds. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. And then David as well? Okay. One of the things we're going to do just for fun is we're going to calculate how much each campaign is actually costing us and how much each thing is costing us by estimating how much time we're spending into it. This will allow us as a company to understand what we should prioritize, what we should not prioritize. Most of the work in HAR is, I think, really good already, right? It's high priority. But this will also allow you guys to see, are you on budget or not, right? Is the total amount of time being spent correctly into each particular person in each particular form? That will allow everyone to also self-direct into the right campaigns and into the right activities. Okay, all right. Back to Nadine. Back to the chair.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, this is a good suggestion and also insight. And yes, we will discuss it with Andre as the chapter lead as well. So yeah, for everyone, so our chapter lead is Andre, but he is cannot attend right now.
Yep.
He is on online class. Okay. Yeah, I think we covered already all the discussion topic. Is there anything else? Maybe from everyone, you would like to bring up some topic? Yes, Kat.
Yes. Miss Cher, I just want to make it clear when will the result of the discussion between our chapter Andre will be floor for this one.
How about we will get back to you on Monday, sir?
Yeah, Monday is great, I think. Yeah. So please have the discussion over the weekend. I know it's a long weekend, and thank you for everybody for coming in. We're a hospitality company, so unfortunately, we generally have to work when other people are on holiday. And this is one of the last holidays, well, before Christmas, but we don't get very many busy days these days. So, but yeah, please, Monday would be great so that we delegate.
Okay.
Yeah. As senior people here, one of the most important things that senior people need to do is to delegate as much as possible. If you're not delegating, you're not leading, right? So we need to think about how to delegate as a number one priority.
Okay, noted, sir. Thank you. Okay, I think if we already covered all the discussion topics, maybe we can. I think since we only have like once a week Scrum, I think this is a good time for us to give feedback for each other. Yeah?
Beautiful. That's good.
Okay, maybe from Disa and Maria, since you already joined HR for like 2 weeks, yeah. Okay, maybe you want to give us feedback to maybe me and Cynthia. Did we delegate too clearly or something? Yeah. So far, please maybe start from Maria.
So, actually, Nadine delegate me to host a couple named Sambo and Nova, and they're going to stay in lot 6, and they're having their marriage there, and I think that's quite fun to host them.
Nice.
And thank you, Nadine. And for Kak Cynthia, I think I don't have any feedback, but yeah, thank you for helping me, Kak Cynthia and Nadine. I don't have any feedback for you guys so far.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Maria. Yes, please don't be hesitate if you have a
Okay.
question or you need help from us. Yeah, we're always open, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, maybe to you, Kadista, maybe is there something that I can improve or can Cynthia improve, please?
Yeah, so far everything was going well, but maybe like tomorrow, like I got a bit confused about the delegating as well. Like I thought that I will be Nadine's body, right? So I cover you like when you have a day off, kind of like that. And then Maria will be uh, the body for Andre or Kasintia, and then like yesterday actually I have to working on like squad one, but I forgot that I also put my name as a host in the squad two, and then like Andre Andre thought that uh, Nadine delegated me to be host for the squad two as well. So I'm not sure. I mean, like I heard from you that you delegate the squad one for me,
Okay,
but
okay.
Andre thought that you delegate squad two as well for me.
Okay,
Nah, so
so
it kind of yeah.
okay, okay. So
Mhm.
so deliver
Like
information is not
yeah,
really clear, yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Kak Dista.
you.
Yeah, maybe we can
Yes, you can communicate.
and
Yes, yes.
discuss
Mhm.
the delegation
Mhm.
clearly on the next meeting uh, when we also what is that discuss this
Mhm.
SLA delegation. Yeah,
Agree.
we will discuss it.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you
bisa
for the
that yeah,
feedback.
bisa that overall good. Yeah.
Maybe from to Kak Cynthia.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to be more clear here. Is it about today's chair or the total, maybe like to Maria and to Dista as well?
Could be everything, Kak Cynthia. Since we have only like once a week come to do this, could be everything. Could be
Okay. Okay, so maybe first of all, I will start with Dista and Maria, and then thank you for keeping up your work for these 2 weeks. I know it's not easy and there's a lot of ups and downs, but I think you are guys doing great day by day. I mean, like I see it improve. And then for the Lily's Facebook, I think my Maria already handled it, and then because that is great because I didn't handle it anymore, and then Maria I think doing great, and to Dista I think Dista also help as a buddy Nadine. I think she could do that well. But apa ya? But maybe yes, I realized yesterday about the communication. I think the communication should be more clear, which things that you are belong or things that what you are doing, and then I think that's for the oh yeah, and also you can be more proactive, and then we have already uh, give you all of the research here. I mean, like we give you bigger and the other things you can use Google Maps to think. So first of all, you can do it first by yourself. But in case you can't, and then you are start to confused about it, you have the senior here that always will help you. And then yeah, I'm so sorry, maybe sometimes I'm kind of like annoying because it's pretty hard to be rich. But yeah, thank you for understand. And then for today's scrum, actually I'd like to ask first, um, how are you, Nadine?
Yes, I'm good. I'm great. Thank you for
Yes,
asking that.
yes, because I found it some. I'm not sure, but there's something that I think make you feel what I could say confused. No, but yeah, kind of like that. But actually, you are doing well on the chair, on the Trello as well, and then also for the discussion. So yeah, that's the things that I realized. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Cynthia, for the feedback. Maybe from sir, from you, lastly,
Okay,
last but not least.
let's take a look at a few things. I think right now, uh, let's see. Let me listening to a few things that Shinthia said. Um, okay, I'll comment on Shinthia's feedback first, right? I think we still need to be very careful about. There was one thing that Cynthia said that now that I think they're doing a good job because I don't have to do this anymore, right? That is a little bit dangerous. That's an open feedback loop, right? So that doesn't mean that they're doing it well now that you don't have to do it. I think as a more senior person, the better way would be saying like, no, I don't have to do it anymore, and they're doing just as well as I am because I'm looking at the SLA and it looks perfect, right? Or it looks like it's even increasing. That I think needs to be that is delegation success, right? That's the flavor of delegation success. Not doing something anymore could mean that it's catastrophic, right? So as somebody who delegates, definitely make sure that the results from the output are similar to what your results from the output would be. So that's that. For the rest, I think Nadine, you're doing really well. I see that your numbers are moving up. I see that you have control and pretty good understanding of what each person's input and output should be, and that part I think is good. I think that once we have broken everything into numbers, it is far easier to say what is progressing to what. Um, System level thinking, I think, is something that we'll have to develop, but I really appreciate your enthusiasm. And I think that is good because at a certain point, I'll probably just delegate you to come up with the system, right? I don't think you're quite there yet. I think still a lot of times I'll have to create the campaign and you guys run the campaign. But when you really understand how the system works, then you can start creating your own campaigns. Shinti and I had a leadership discussion recently, and I said the three things that I think are involved in leadership are one, you need to understand how the system actually looks like, right? So that's system level competency, being able to see what the input is, seeing what your activity is, and then what the activity has in terms of the output. So that's like kind of a system level understanding. That takes experience, I guess, but it takes practice, but it also takes awareness. You need to be able to see it in kind of an abstract way. The second thing is understanding the motivations of your team, right? So you need to know like what each person is good at, why are they here, why do they want to get a certain thing done. Some people want to learn, some people want to make more money, some people want to be recognized, some people want to show their work to others, some people want other people to appreciate their work. So you're going to have to understand the underlying motivation behind your teammates' purposes here, right? You can use the mission because the mission is our common purpose here, but there's also personal purpose. And as a leader, I think just you're going to have to get a way to get closer to that and understand that. That's where a lot of the one-on-ones and this type of thing come in, right? You're really trying to understand how does this person actually want to work, and then create opportunities so that they get to put the best their motivation and their skills in play. And the last thing is, of course, the vision, right? If you're really going to innovate, you're going to have to think of new things. And I like the way that you are innovating right now with your training class. You're deciding to invite guest speakers. You're switching it up, but you're gonna that is a good vehicle. That's working. So don't abandon it, right? Like we talked yesterday about PR, right? When you have something that's working, don't start getting like, oh, I should do this. No. Once you have something that's working, that's rare. So focus on it, double down on it, and keep on thinking about how to make it even better each time. even though it seems simple at the moment, there's a lot that you can do in training to actually make it more interesting, more inviting, more whatever. So deepen that by sticking to the vision. I think the particular SLA vision is already clear. Get higher inquiry conversion. So that part I think you already internalize, and that makes it simple. As you progress in your career here, you're going to have to think about how to combine different SLAs to create bigger effects, right? And such. But I think that part is good. So I would say the only thing that you could spend a little bit more time trying to understand is understanding the system. You have a very good advantage. You're in school right now, right? So there's a lot of professors there. There's people who only think systems. They don't think very much about practical things. This is a good time to maybe ask them, or just have that as a topic for BVE talk, and we can find somebody at the next BVE talk. But yeah, that's my advice. But otherwise, I think we are far more improved this month than last month. So good job.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your feedback. That's really useful. Okay, thank you so much for everyone for attending this meeting. So I guess see you on the BI Scrum today and the next HR Scrum. Thank you so much for attending. Have a nice day, guys.
Great. See you guys in BI Scrum. Chindia, stay in. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay, sir.
I'll carry on with you, David and Nawful. Grace, Maria, if you guys want to stay in too, that's fine. No, Maria should probably get back to work, right? Nadia, are you cruising around looking for inspiration?
Sorry, sir, I cannot hear you.
Are you attending meetups for inspiration?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll give you some inspiration right now. I'm working with the interns, and so or the other interns, the October interns, and I will hopefully inspire you guys. Okay, so